Hello, as ever. Thank you so much for joining me. It really does mean the world to me. And if you're new and haven't done so, please do subscribe and tick like, and you can hype as well now. And I always appreciate the comments, and I do read them all. Some I read more than once. And some I read many more than once. All right, on we go. And I want to talk about, or rather, I want to ask you a question. Are you strong or are you weak? Okay, let's start off with concepts of strength. What do people see as strong? Well, obviously, there's the muscle-bound, hefty weightlifters, etc., the athletes. I won't say the football players because, yeah, some of them are, but some tend to go down very easily and bemoan their fate. Maybe I'm putting them down. Maybe not. There are strong people in business. They can be strong-minded, strong-willed, and not let anything beat them, but go on, push onwards and upwards. There can be people who are strong against adversity, those souls who fight their way, in fact these days it's fight their way through the crowds to get to the top of Everest, or cross deserts, cross oceans. Yeah, that shows a lot of strength of a kind that I actually find quite hard to imagine. Courage thrown in there as well. Now that just popped into the grey matter. Is courage the same as strength? No, I don't think it is really. What about weakness? Weakness is often perceived as being just the opposite of that. Somebody who is what we used to call as children feeble and weeble, weak and feeble, i.e. not able to do physical strong things. And sadly, as most of us get older, that is the way that we can go. We lose muscle. I suppose it's the if you don't use it, you lose it. But many of us lose our physical strength. And emotional strength. Again, often showing tears is considered as a sign of weakness. For me, I would say anything but. It's a sign of release of a lot of emotion, a lot of passion, maybe a feeling of weakness according to the situation at present. And for some, men especially, I have been asked on more than one occasion, is it okay for a man to cry? Oh, goodness me, yes, of course it is. I have known men who were strong businessmen who were actually strong sports people as well. But they could drop at the sight of a baby bird struggling and actually shed a tear. So is that weakness or a sign of sharing? So many of these words that we use, I feel that we really use them inappropriately. And as with so many things, I don't think it's you're either strong or you're weak. It's a continuum. There will be areas where you are strong, areas where you're weak, and that might be fixed, or it could depend on circumstances. I know I am more readily able to stand up and fight a corner for others than I am for myself. I suppose that comes of having been a teacher with children who struggled with their education, and of counselling people, especially those who have been abused, and having to stand their corner when things got hard, shall we say, as they unfortunately so often did, with court and things like that coming onto the agenda. It doesn't make any of us weaker to feel threatened in some circumstances. Some of us can bluster our way through and people think that you cope with anything. Whereas inside you could be absolutely churning up, but you put on this determined look, I can do it. It's not a weakness to ask for help. It's not a weakness to ask for support. Many think it is, but it isn't. Yes, it can become one-sided, but very often we go through periods of life where we're able to give and give and give support, and then we need to ask for support, ask for help. It's not always give one, take one. Oh, give one, take one. Life rarely works out like that. So I feel for most of us, the answer to are you strong or are you weak is no. No, I'm not. I'm both. I'm bits of both. It depends on circumstances. It depends on just what's happening. It depends on whether the straw that's broken the camel's back has come along. And sometimes we can have things that happen one after another. We cope. We are outwardly strong. Inwardly, we're coping. And then something else happens and that coping becomes a bit of a struggle. And then something else and your resolve goes and the tears flow, or you just go, help, I can't do this anymore, I'm not coping. And that is not being weak. That's showing the strength to admit your feelings. And I often wonder whether as children we give them the wrong messages. Maybe it's different now. When I was young, it was, oh, don't cry, don't cry. Why not? If you're hurt, crying is a natural thing to do. Or, oh, don't let the people see you crying. Why not? It's a human reaction to things. So have a think. What areas are you strong in? What areas do you feel that you are? I'm not going to use the word weak. I'm going to use the word more vulnerable. We all have our vulnerabilities. Nobody is 100% strong. They might like you to think that they are, but I could guarantee that they aren't. They'll often hide their weaknesses, or think that they do, by their actions. Some are full of I don't know what. But they like to present as being totally strong, totally invulnerable. And part of this, they will bully people to think as they do, to do what they want. And you know, bullies are weak people. If they have to use other people in that way to prove to the world, but more than anything to themselves, that they are this special being, that's sad. That's horrible. Okay, so on that note, I am going to say thank you for joining me. Take care. And if you do feel vulnerable in some areas, use what support you can to help you along the way. Bye for now. Bye.